Hey everybody, Donald the Dialect Coach here, and I want to talk to you today about the fourth tip for reducing your accent and doing the standard American dialect. But before I get started, I want to let you know a little bit about my journey and the things I had trouble with when I was learning the standard American dialect. I wasn't always the well-spoken fella that you see before you today. You see, when I was a kid, I had a terrible, terrible speech impediment. I did speech therapy for 8 years. And it took me a very, very long time to be able to learn how to do all the basic sounds. So when I was 13, I started realizing that I sounded very much like a Texan. I grew up in a very small town in Texas near Houston. And I could hear it. I could hear that I just sounded like a Texas speaker. And it started to really be a problem when I was auditioning for plays and trying to pursue those kinds of things. And the thing that I had the biggest problem with is probably what's going to be your biggest problem with getting rid of your dialect, and that's the I sound. Now, that's not necessarily the letter I, okay? It's the I sound. For example, in the word time, T-I-M-E, that makes an I sound. That's your long I. However, in the word Tim, which still has the letter I, it doesn't make the I sound. It makes the I sound. Tim. Tim. So what I'm talking to you today about is how to use that long I sound so that you sound as if you were from anywhere in America, and so that you can diminish the dialect that you currently have. The long I sound, as I said, is a very big part of every dialect. As a matter of fact, I would encourage you, with any dialect that you're learning, to focus on that I sound first, because it's so specific and so different and unique to the dialect. A couple of examples. Let's use the sentence, I like to ride my bike. That has tons of I sounds, right? I like to ride my bike. That's it in standard. However, in British, it becomes, I like to ride my bike. The I sound becomes I. In Irish, it becomes, I like to ride my bike. The I sound becomes the I sound. I. In Australian, it becomes, oh, I like to ride my bike. The I sound becomes the Oi sound. In Southern, or in Texas, the I sound becomes I. I like to ride my bike. Or in Southern, in Deep South, it might be, I like to ride my bike. That's called the long I sound. What we need to focus on when we're doing our standard American dialect is using that shorter, more specific, crisp, and clean I. Now here's the deal with the I sound. Just between you and me, it's a little bit more work. It's a little bit harder. You have to use your mouth, your teeth, your tongue, your articulators a little bit more in order to produce a true I sound. We've talked before about how we all tend to be somewhat lazy speakers. Well, the I sound is no exception. If you notice, when I do the I sound, my mouth drops, my jaw drops, like we've spoken before, and I really use my articulators. I. Whereas in Texas it becomes In Australian it becomes oi. See how those are so much easier to say? So much less energy is needed to produce that sound. But you've got to focus. You've got to use that energy to make the I sound. The other thing about the I sound is it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in every sentence you say. The word I. That is in, I would say, 40% of the sentences that you'll ever see or write, because it's about yourself. So please take the time to focus on that I sound. And I look forward to teaching you more about the other I sounds and other dialects later on. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching and learning with me. If you want to continue following me, I'm on the Twitter, so you can tweet me at Dialect Donald, or you can follow me on Facebook. I guess following is for Twitter. You can like me on Facebook at Donald the Dialect Coach. And for more tips, tricks, training, videos, you name it, I got it. Whatever you want, I can give it to you. Come check me out at DonaldTheDialectCoach.com and sign up for my free newsletter. Thank you so much, guys.